What if you could get up to $26,000 per employee that you kept hired during the pandemic in the form of an actual refund check from the government here in 2022? That's right, even if you got a PPP loan and even though COVID relief programs are over. Businesses across the country are slowly starting to find out about this little known stimulus loophole of sorts that's padding their pockets here in 2022, giving them the breathing room that they so desperately need right now. So in this video, I'm going to show you how you may have money laying on the table right now, waiting for you to claim, and what to do about it to get it into your hands. So let's hop on over to my computer and we'll dive right in.
All right, so here's the deal. One of the big stimulus programs, the Employee Retention Tax Credit, got a huge makeover last year that few people even know about, causing the IRS to send out large checks to businesses left and right here in 2022. The sad part? A lot of CPAs are incorrectly telling businesses that they still don't qualify when many now do, like a lot, just because they don't have the time to learn the new guidelines. In fact, a recent 2022 Forbes article states that the IRS management anticipated that approximately 70 to 80% of small and medium businesses, as well as tens of thousands of charities, are good candidates for taking the ERC. But the reality is, to date, the actual numbers of businesses and charities applying for the ERC is far below that. Small and medium businesses, as well as tax-exempt and charities, are leaving billions of dollars on the table. In fact, I heard here recently that less than 5% of businesses have claimed their ERC. And what was that number? 70 to 80% are good candidates? It's insane. And here's that actual article that shares all that. And I added in a few more articles showing that people left and right are saying how businesses are just missing out on billions of dollars. Why this underused COVID-19 tax credit might be worth a second look, why the employee retention tax credit is too good for restaurant owners to pass up. It goes on and on. I could add lots. But how is it not too late, you may be thinking? Well, here's the secret you need to know. Are you ready? Are you sitting down? You can amend your previous tax returns to claim your credit and collect what you're owed retroactively here in 2022. And we're not talking about chump change here. We're seeing an average of $567,000 being refunded to the businesses that our firm has worked with. Some, of course, getting less and some getting well over $1 million. So I threw in a few case studies here and examples. The industries are just so varied. There's an engineering company, a Catholic ministry, a marketing company, concrete construction, hotel group, barbecue restaurant, pizza restaurant, brew pub, healthcare, fire control. This is in a different format, but still case studies as well. On the right, if you're wondering, that's the number of employees, W-2 employees that they have within their business. See, it just goes on and on. Temporary staffing agencies, hair salons, toilet manufacturer, gym. So why in the world haven't you heard about this new and improved ERC program? And how do you get your own check? Well, here's a quick 2-minute rundown of how it all went down, just to bring you up to speed. So when COVID first hit, the $2.1 trillion CARES, it's hard to even say, $2.1 trillion CARES Act gave an either-or option to business owners for the PPP loan or the ERC. You could pick one or the other. The PPP was easier to get, and when people are presented an easier option of free money or a harder road to free money, they usually choose the easy one. But then something happened that changed everything. In December of 2020, the government passed what was called the Consolidated Appropriations Act, a 2,700-page piece of legislation that changed things in a big way for businesses. Deep within these 2,700 pages was a lift of restrictions that allowed businesses to now claim the ERC even if they got a PPP loan. And they even sweetened the deal by upping the amount of the credit way up per quarter, now totaling up to $26,000 per employee that you could get back for this credit. So these same businesses that were once told they needed to have a significant decrease in revenue to qualify were now eligible even if their revenue grew, as long as more than a nominal portion of their business was affected in some way, such as a partial shutdown supply chain issues, etc. See, that's the thing. People think it was only based on revenue, but there are so many other ways that you can qualify now because of this act that was passed and this lift in restrictions. But guess what? Nobody knew about it. Nobody talked about it. Nobody said anything. So businesses continued assuming they still didn't qualify because they had no idea that the government lightened way up on the qualifications. It's been said that back when PPP loans were so popular and being talked about so much that the Small Business Administration, that's a typo, that's supposed to say administration, was paying banks $2,500 in commissions per PPP loan that they wrote. So that plus being able to get a good loan on their books meant banks were advertising the heck out of the PPP. Makes sense, right? But not the ERC. No commercials, no email promotion campaigns, just a few articles that you were lucky if you ran across. So when the cutoff date in Q4 of 2021 passed, people thought it was too late. They thought they had missed the boat. But here's where it gets good. Towards the end of 2021, businesses began to discover a loophole of sorts. They discovered the government is allowing you to amend your tax returns and still claim the credits owed to you from the past during a limited look-back period. We're talking the difference between literally getting hundreds of thousands of dollars from the government or not. Of course, if you qualify. I'm not making any promises or claims. But the problem here is that CPAs are not telling their clients, even right now, here in 2022. So millions of businesses still don't know that it's out there for them. Why? They're simply too busy with day-to-day bookkeeping. They don't want to take the hundreds of hours to learn the ever-changing guidelines, rules, and stipulations. They simply don't want to mess with it. We know. We've talked to them. At least the ones that even know about it. Some still don't even know about these new changes that has taken place. So they keep quiet, unfortunately at your expense. And billions of dollars stay sitting in this fund, waiting to be claimed because no one is bothering to tell you it's out there. Think about it. Has your CPA reached out to you to tell you? Articles continue to be released about the urgency of getting yours as people start waking up. Heck, even the IRS themselves did. This is straight from the IRS.gov website. This was back when it first happened, right after that Appropriations Act hit. It says the Internal Revenue Service urges employers to take advantage of this credit. It's designed to make it easier for businesses that, despite challenges posed by COVID, chose to keep their employees on the payroll. My face is in the way, but that's what it says. Look it up. So what can you do? How do you take matters into your own hands? Simple. You get an ERC expert to look at your numbers and determine exactly what you're owed using the current calculations, rules, and guidelines. Look, going to your bookkeeper for something like this would be the equivalent of going to your family doctor for brain surgery. You need a specialist that does these highly specialized claims day in and day out with proprietary software to cut out any human error and make sure you get the maximum dollar amount that you are owed. Like I said, the average refund we're seeing is $567,000 per business, and that's the average. Remember, this is not a refund check. Wait, this is a refund check for a credit, not a loan. Got that reversed. It does not have to be paid back, and there's no control over what you do with the money. It's totally up to you. Can you imagine what a load it would be to offset this crazy inflation so that you can focus on what you do best, running your business? Being in more of a relaxed state of mind and doing more for your community and the causes that you care about. I mean, that's probably why you even got in business, right? Of course, to be profitable, but I think we all have things that we care about, that it takes money to do things to further and promote. So what would a free and clear check like that do for your business? Think about it. How would that feel? What would you do with that kind of money? So to find out if you qualify, the next step is to take the 3-question video quiz. It looks like this. And once you go through those 3 questions, if you pass, you'll be able to proceed on to this form.
Isn't that incredible? Look, I know you're busy, but don't wait around on this. Don't forfeit this credit that may be yours, that the government may has deemed belongs to you and is literally waiting to refund you for doing the right thing. for working hard to keep your doors open and keep your people paid through the pandemic. Take action and get what may belong to you. If you don't, other businesses will. There are currently 50,000 people a month searching for this right now. Not to mention the look back period is limited. So take action now, and I'll meet you there. It could really be worth your time.